that's what you do. You buy these clothes that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on, with a smile on his face.
They just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative. Regurgitating the same old, same old, same old, every single day, without the truth. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series.
We are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
Hey everyone, it's me again. But I wasn't going to have one tonight. I wasn't going to have one on Tuesday either. But seeing that everything's calmed down and we're back to normal, the champions, as Ez would say, champions, champions, champions. That's great, isn't it? You know, to talk about it, to watch. I was watching something today. I lost. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment there. I've lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I was talking today to, I was just sitting outside, you know, as you do, and it was great, just sitting outside, getting a vitamin D, and it was good, it felt good, just sitting there. And the next, you know, people were talking, and this lady came up to me, she said, "You're happy, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah." She said about Liverpool winning. She said, "I know that you're a big red." She said, "My husband used to watch you on when you were on that Liverpool programme." And she went to LFC TV. I said, "Yeah." She said, "There's nothing more passionate." He said to me, he said, "There's not more passionate than this fella." She said, "I don't like football." She said, "Why? What's he saying?" He said, "He's just talking about Liverpool." So, you know, and you know, so it's things like that, just sitting outside by the bin shed. Bin shed, that's where I sit. Bin shed. No gardens for me. Bin sheds. Bloody bin shed. And it's great, you know, that people are so happy and whatever. And he has one of my neighbours here, funny enough. And his name's Francis, same as me. Strange, you know. So anyway, he came here, we were chatting, and he said, "It's just great, it's a great feeling, isn't it?" You know, he said, walking into town, people, they're just out, and you can tell that the Liverpool supporters. He said, "You can tell the other lads, you know." He said, like that. So it's everything is good. Everything. And I got a message of this fella. I've got nothing to do with it. As I said, Jason now, you know, he's busy and whatever. And I've got nothing to do with bringing people on. I'm just going to tell you now. So, I'm on my own tonight, like I was the other night. Because I really need to talk to the people who are there, you know, to put the comments in. I really need that, rather than stopping and talking and I'm way behind it, you know, because comments are coming up, left, right and centre, and they're very important comments. So I've got nothing to do with it, who comes on, who doesn't, no. It was like George the other night. I was talking away, but he was already waiting to come on. I didn't know. And then when I said, you know, George is still there, I thought he would have still been there, but he never, he just fucked up. And that annoyed, I'm being honest, you can tell him, that annoyed me. Because you stay on. I can't help it if people are waiting to come on. And I'm talking to, you know, the comments. I didn't know that he was coming on. And when I seen him, oh yeah, George, the link's there, come on. But he went. He didn't stay on and watch, you know. They think that they can just come on. I'm not talking about George, but others think that they can just come on and go, yeah, give them all this, whatever they want to talk about, and good views as well. And then go on other programs and say no notice. You know, they don't come back on. Say like someone comes on a Monday, for example, and then I do one right through the whole of the week. This is what I'm saying. They don't bother coming on and saying anything, you know, on with the chat. No, what they don't. So they just come on when, you know, oh, I'm on, so I'm going on there tonight. Well, that's stopped now. Even Jason said it. And Jason's not a football fan. So I've got that out the way anyway. And as Daryl said, Frankie, I've asked Jace for the link. Just told you, Daryl. Won't message back my long-awaited return. Thing is, Daryl, as I said, I've just explained, I'm not explaining again. I've got nothing to do with it. Jason, like, he leaves the football. He's always on my history show because he likes history. He likes the current affairs, which I have tomorrow night. Sometimes he looks in at the film and TV review, but he just doesn't like football. He just sets it up and I go on. Tony LFC. Now that's Frankie. I hit Tony. And there's 2 pints and a thumbs up. And Snapey. Anyone else still suffering this tsunami of euphoria or might just be an infantile? Nah, no chance. The city's buzzing and it's fabulous. Winning trophies is in our DNA. Doesn't get old, does it? No. No, it doesn't. Tuscany. Ciao Franco, ciao. Ciao amico mio. Come stai? Hope you're well. Been getting congratulatory messages from the relatives in Italy. Oh, Campione. It's just starting to sink in. Isn't it? I was watching Inter last night. They'll beat them though. They'll beat the Barca at the San Siro. They will beat them. Believe me. And Toscana says, we need to take advantage and strengthen the side. Yes, this is what I'll be talking about a bit later. I want some ideas. My son thinks I'm nuts. He's not too fussed about the footy. I sometimes wonder if he's mine, but I remember giving. Toscana, are you a lady? He's mine, but I remember giving birth. Toscana, I thought you were a fella. I should have known by the vowel at the end. Toscana. Rather than Tuscan. We don't think you're nuts anyway. We don't think you're nuts. It's just brilliant. But we're all, it says euphoria, as Snapey said. It is. Jeff Ellison, lovely fella, Jeff. We agree on loads of things except a couple of points in politics. And Jeff says, good evening, Frank. Champions. Hope we win our last few games now and I'm at home. Apparently, it's been a poor season, which baffles me. Liverpool have just blown all the others away. Do you know what? I agree with you there 100%. I'm telling you for why, Jeff. It's like when we played Spurs. And one of the lads, just giving an opinion. He said, I just hope, we get over the line against Spurs, whether we win 1-0 or whatever, or even a draw, with them. I said, no. I said, what I want to go out and go at them and get a good result to show the rest of the year. I'm talking about the fans, not just the league, the fans. Shut them up. So that they'll have to admit, God, blimey, Liverpool were brilliant there. We're the champions, which some have come out and said. And I want them to do it now, Jeff, just like what you said. I don't want them to go out. Remember when we were really in the league under Jurgen, and we were that many points clear, we just fell apart. Not fell apart, we just laid back, and then we were getting beat. And we knew that we'd won it, another game, and we won it. But I don't want that this time. I want them to go out and get as many points as possible. So I agree with you 100% there, Jeff. I really do. Good shout, though. I have to go for it. Hi, Frank, you never walk alone now and always, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Can we pay you to stay off? No. Thanks, Steve. That's what I get from a friend of mine, Steve. Can we pay you to stay off? Don't get paid anything. Monty Connor. Hiya, Monty, mate. Oh, yeah, great. Hello from Atlanta. That's in Georgia, over in the States, by the way. My good man. Hiya, Monty. Monty's a musician. And he builds his own house as well. He just, decides to build, I think I build another house and just things like that. In heat. Very hot there. And Barry says, evening, Frank, hope you're well. I personally don't mind if you consult with George and guests. You always answer nearly everyone. Yeah, I don't mind that. But, like I said, to be honest, Barry, if say it was me being a guest on a show, and I was for as long as I've been, and I couldn't get on, I would have known that there was something wrong, but I would have stayed on the chat and got involved. But I'm not the type to go Doesn't look like him going on and just fucking walk away. Say, oh, fuck that. And go and watch fucking Coronation Street or something. I don't know. Even if Frank, hope you're well, Squire. It's only opinion, says the snake. But sometimes when you fly solo and read the comments, it affords a broader perspective. It's all about opinions, of course, after all. Of course. You know, people who disagree with me, that's fine, because it's their opinions. I've got an opinion. I have an opinion. It was like, as I said, I was talking to my next door neighbour. Came in, he had a coffee with me. And we were just chatting. And he's a vet. And I said, we must invest. He said, and what he said was, well, why do we have to invest? That's what he said. I said, to build on what we've got. I said, here's what I said to him, whether you agree. I don't know. I said, look, if Trent's going, we need a right back. He said, but we've got that young lad, haven't we, Bradley? I said, yeah, but he's injury prone. Who's to stand in for him? Quansar again, who's not a right back and is liable for, a few mistakes, costly mistakes. I said, he's not a right back. I said, so we'd have to go out and buy another right back if Trent goes, because you can't rely on an injury-prone player, which is, my opinion, Conor Bradley. Don't get me wrong, I think Conor Bradley's brilliant, great defender. But you can't rely on someone who gets injured and is out for a long time. So I said, we need him. I said, the forward line. I said, what you need? I said, so that's two players. You need a left back. He said, what's wrong with Robbo? I said, Robbo. I said, he's been, for the last couple of years, he hasn't been the same player he was, and you can see the deterioration in it. Well, I've been saying it, and, I said, I have a pod. I told him about this pod, and other people see it as well. I said, so he's got to be replaced. He has to. I said, we've got Enzo. Enzo will be sold in the summer. He's bound to be going. So we need a DM. I've been saying we need a DM now for going on 3 years. I said, so there's 4. There's 5. I said, and the bare minimum of what the lads on the pod say is 5 players we need. Because you get Klopp. He said, but, he's won the league. I said, I know he's won the league. I said, but when you look at the rotation, we've been very lucky in ways that, he could keep playing the same, like 13 or 14 players. Because he hasn't got really the depth in the squad of quality. So to keep our momentum up, we have to invest. I said, we've never invested in anything. And he went, oh, didn't see it like that. I said, no, because you see the way the owners see it. If they're good enough this season to do what they did, they can do it next season. He never commented. He never commented. And Steve says, Wonder, you have time to watch anything to talk about on your film and TV show, the amount of times you're on these things. Behave yourself, you. Listen, mate, I'm not like you working all day, from 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I'm a man of leisure. I just sit here and watch the telly if I want, which I do. I put my music on, I put my classical music on, throw a little bit of Beatles and things like that. Listen to that, watch a couple of films. That's how I get the time. And with the good weather now, I'm outside by the bin shed. I've worked hard all my life. All my life. And the way I am now, can hardly walk anyway. Can walk to the bin shed. Get the lift down to the bin shed. Bring me little chair down and sit there. My little tech chair. And meet all my neighbours. That's what I do, Steve. Snapey says, on the subject of other countries, Bavaria is well chuffed we won. So was Italy. So was Italy. I was watching. Does anyone watch it? I've saved it. I only watched the first, I don't know how long. And it was, does anyone watch this fucking thing today? It really annoyed me, this. Steve Evans, you'd be fucking annoyed as well. I think the girl was Russian. I think she was. And this American. And they come over to see the game. And they were talking to people outside the game. You know, outside the stadium, Anfield. And there was Yanks, there was Irish, no Scousers. Right? But he also, and he said, oh, you've got to go to this place when you come to visit Liverpool. You have to go. And this fucking really annoyed me, this. And he goes to a place called Baggio. Yeah, named after Roberto de Baggio. Right? And there's this, and he starts talking, you know, the owner, this proprietor. I said, he's not a fucking Scouser, this fella. And he turns out to be a Geordie. He turns out to be a fucking Geordie, this fella. No, but get on to this. And he said, I'm working like with an involvement with Newcastle United. He said, this is like for corporate. Fucking corporate. Right? Fucking Baggio. And then he said, oh, what made, you know, this American said, well, what made you pick Baggio? He said, well, you know, he said, I wanted to name it Ronaldo. So you can see between the fucking lines there that someone had said to him, listen, don't fucking call that Ronaldo. Any Scousers, you'll never get them in. They'll know what you are. Ronaldo. So he said, oh, so I changed it to, you know, a great player, Baggio. Well, I like the Roberto de Baggio. Point is, there are better players than him. Like Del Piero, Alessandro Del Piero was better than him. So why did he call it Del Piero? There's loads of players. Loads. What about Dino Zoff? You know what I mean? So he was going to name as the cafe that's a fucking front for corporate for Newcastle. Ronaldo. And he said, oh, you know, people said, oh, he's not that well known, Ronaldo. So you know what's being said to it. Don't fucking put that up. That really annoyed me. Did anybody else see that? Did anybody else see it? A nice little vlog. So I'll watch it till the end, and I'm gonna fucking comment on it as well. That fat prick, fucking Baggio. How you doing, Snapey? I'm smiling, and I assume after Sunday, says Batty. And Paul Burke says, oh, my old mate. Good evening, Franco. Just coming down from a great performance at the weekend. Hope you're well. I'm okay. I've got to go not the hospital. I've got to run up a fucking game to my doctor's the first thing in the morning. I'm fucking sick of it. Fucking sick. I think I'll bring my fucking sleeping bag up there. Might as well stay there. Rent free. Never out of there. It's costing me fucking money every fucking day. I should be happy. Should be happy. Even if Frank, another jubilant red, says, lead the whiskey. ALA. Yes, we're all jubilant. I was saying to me, fucking, I don't want messages. I don't want messages. That's a fucking annoying as well. I'm not answering messages anymore. You're on a show. Fucking arms killing me. Anyway, see, fucking train of thought, see. They don't realise I'm trying to do this and they send messages. You lose your train of thought. I tried to tell them on my history show about bringing Prince Charles around at the time, and you just lose your fucking train of thought. If something like that happens, like messages, and that's going to go off again because I haven't answered it. I'm sorry for swearing there, Toscana. Prego. Mi scusi. Mi scusi. No, I'm definitely a female. A mad footy fan, loved LFC for 50 years now. All because it's where the Beatles came from, even though none of them supported the Reds. Well, there's something for you. You're a big Beatle fan. My mate, my little schoolmate, he's dead now, unfortunately. He died when he was 24 years of age. Died. And it was playtime. And he said to me, come on, shall we sneak off? I said, where to? He said this is in the afternoon, he said we'll go off and watch the Beatles. He said, here a day, honest. I said, here a day. And he said, it's a group. I said, oh, okay then. So anyway, we bunks off school. And we've still got our little uniforms on school, college time. So we shoots up there to the Locarno. On West Derby Road, where it is, still is. It's called I forget what it's called now. But anyway, we went there. And we went in to see the Beatles. So I've seen the Beatles alive. Not that I could hear them, because there was loads of girls there, screaming. The Beatles. So there you have Toscana. I've seen the Beatles. And where I lived, they had the Hard Day's Night premiere in a cinema called the Odeon, which was in London Road. And we just walked through, because we only lived there. We walked through and we seen them running into the cinema to see a Hard Day's Night for the premiere. The Beatles. Oh, Marie Morgan. Hiya Marie. Hiya Frank. Hope you're fit and well and tuned in. Oh, I think I'm tuned in. It's Footy Show this. I've got the... I think you missed it. Did you miss the history show the other night? I think you might have enjoyed it, or if you would have done like. I don't know, Marie. But it's good to see you and tell your Marie I was asking about her as well. I hope she's well. Snapey, we all have our own thoughts and our communal devotion to Liverpool Football Club. For me, the common denominator is about the betterment of the club. Gets heated sometimes because of our concerns. Cracking comment, and it does. Because people could, you've got people who keep coming out with fucking nonsense by saying about the owners, look what they've done for us. I totally disagree with that. And they saved us. Totally, unequivocally disagree with that as well. They didn't save us. They didn't. They didn't. Even the Royal Bank of Scotland said Liverpool would never have gone into administration. The collateral was overwhelming. And Barry says, do you think Bradley could do a job in midfield? It's just, I read he could be the next Gerrard. He could. He could. He's that good. You've only got to look at the goal he scored against Chelsea that time. Remember? When he got the ball in the right back position and he ran. And he went right, and he ran right into their by their 18-yard box, and he just left just outside the 18-yard box from our 18-yard box, and he left fly right in the corner. Harrowed it. Great goal. And why I agree with you with what you're saying, Barry, about him being a Steven Gerrard. Remember the tackle on Mbappe? Remember? I don't think there'd be anyone like Steven Gerrard, though. He was a one-off. However, when you're saying that, that's what Steven Gerrard used to do. The tackles he did. Incredible. But yeah, go along with that, midfield. So we still need a right back. Snapey. I think a left and right back, an orthodox 6. Yeah, I want that. Been asking for that for 3 years now. A central defender, I'll come back to that. And a number 9, I reckon 5 at least is needed in the summer. Absolutely, stay. Now, get back to the left back and what you said about a central defender. There's a player there in Cappy who can play. He's a brilliant left back. Brilliant. And he can also play left-sided centre-back too. So you get one for the price of 2. 2 for the price of 1. If you get me. He's brilliant. But if we're not going to pay 40 million because it's too much for Kirkes, that's the fucking end of that. Paul Owie, you're spot on about the squad, but I would be surprised if there was much movement in the summer, and unless they offload a few, we will be lucky to get 2 or 3 in. Spot on. That's why I think the likes of Robertson will be staying. I think he'll be staying. That's it, because we're not going to bring anyone in. I don't think we will buy, especially with hearing the news that Kirkes is too much, 40 million. So I think Bradley is stuck there, and we're going to rely on either a very bargain basement buy, right back, cover, or rely on the kids. The likes of Quansah. Hiya, Lorna. And a lovely bin shed that says, oh yeah, you've seen it. The bin shed. Give Pete my regards. And Barry says, absolutely Snapey, all those you mentioned. Toscana. Couldn't agree more. Bradley needs backup. He's still young. He's still a young lad, and we just can't make do. Not if we want to win again next season. The other clubs will be strengthening. Yes. And every other club, you saying that as well, Toscana, will be wanting to put one over on us. They'll be wanting to beat us. They'll be, we can beat these. It'll be like Chelsea, you know, we've got to play Arsenal and Chelsea. They'll be trying to put one over on us. I'm telling you now. And this goal goes for next season. RTW. Always tuning into Frank Carlyle at the worst moment. TW, tune in tomorrow. Got loads to say about Trump, about Zelensky, about the mineral deal, about the escalation, and certainly about Ukrainians joining the Russian army. I don't know whether you've heard of that. They want to get rid of Zelensky. He's ruined the country. I've been watching a program about Patrick Lancaster, and you know Patrick Lancaster. Loads to talk about tomorrow. Loads of it. The red bear. Hi, Frank. Hi, Red. Red, are you okay? Are you out? Are you out of Aussie? You were all worried last night, you know. And he goes on to say, you sorry for swearing? Why? I'm not. I've got ladies. And the Redbird, Lee says, big up Redbird. Oh, major. Paul Owie to the Redbird. Keep sending in messages and you'll be quids in. There's the capo. Greetings, FC and all true Reds. The party is worldwide. My lad started, of course, Sunday in Escorthi and will continue after I catch my breath. Hope you all enjoy. These are the days, mate. These are the days, my friend. They never, yeah, absolutely. I hope they'll never. And there's Paul McDonough, the only fella who looks like, sounds like the great man, John Lennon. I've heard it. Fantastic. Honestly, that's John Lennon. Absolutely brilliant. And he says, hello from Tampa. I can see nothing much has happened since I've been away. And he's a blue. But he's a nice blue. And the Redbirds letting on soon. Well, that's great, that. That's great, that. And back to the capo. Toscana. Connor isn't that young. At 22 and captain of Northern Ireland. If Joe Gomez stays, we have backup. Then again, Joe's an injury prone. I like Gomez. Don't get me wrong, I like him. I really do. I think left side is a bigger concern. Me too. Defensive mid, which I've been asking for 3 years, coming up to 3 years. Of course, don't expect too many changes with FSG. There you go. And the Redbird. Boss, yes, mate, I've been watching our fans celebrating worldwide and it's been brilliant. So no one watched that vlog that I've just been talking about before. And that Geordie fella saying, okay, now, do you know what? I have the worst fucking thing in the world. The worst mouse. It really does me head in. It really does me head in. It really, really. Fucking hell. Look, see, I'm not touching that. Watch. See? Fucking goes all over the place. Hello, that bird says, Edmund. More celebrations to come. And the Fernie, the Leeds lad. See him rubbing my arm already. I sit on this chair. It's fucking terrible. I'm trying to give a chair away as well. Brand new it is. You know, one of these. And I'm sitting on. Can't give it a fucking way. If I could have managed, I was going to bring it down to the bin. It's brand spanking. You might have seen it here. You know, by me. I'll show you it. If anyone wants it, come and take it. Fucking hell. It's brand spanking new. It's brand spanking. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking wet. You fucking hell. Can you see it? Brand spanking new. If anyone wants it, by all means, take it off me hand. The only person who sat on that is our Francie, when she come on and done a blog with me. That was it. I wish the fucking time because it's taking up room. So if anyone wants it, let me know and I'll send you my address and come and take it. See, I can't even undo it. I can't undo it. You know what I mean? You can have it for nothing, for free. It's hard to wear it, isn't it? Even if that bird says the snake. Hi, Edward. I'm going to go right down, people. All Reds or friendly, Mr. Fairley. Oh, yeah, the Fairley. Yeah, look at them. Look, the Fairley boy. Hey, oh, Frank, Redbird, Paul Owie, and Joe. See? Big Leeds fan. He's back. He's back. This Fairley in the Premiership, the reserve side, Leeds. Aye, all Reds and friendly Mr. Fairley, says Paul Owen. And Edward says, just been watching Slot sing Klopp's song again. I've never seen anything like that before. I wish I could have been there, even just outside, you know, the grounds. And I'm missing it all. Missed everything. Fucking everything. Ah, sorry, Franco. Hope you get sorted soon, mate, says Paul Berg. So do I, Paul, honestly, mate. I really do, you know. Albeit that it's worrying, it's so inconvenient. Bradley shows some of Gerrard's combative attributes, says the Snapey. No doubt. Personally, I think he'd have to develop his creativity to become another Stevie. Agree there. If that's all at all possible. Gerrard was a genius. He was. And there's my lovely friend, Josephine Whittaker. That girl went to America and did wonders. Did wonders. She bought herself a boat. And I'm not just talking a boat, I'm talking about a yacht. That's what I like. That's what I like. Someone with a bit of go in the heart. And she did it, that girl. She did it. Do you know what she used to do when she was a kid? She used to go up to Anfield and say to the people, can I mind your car, please? She had the little mentality of business. And as the New Yorkers would say, it's only business. It's only business. Great. Love it. Love it. Need to beat Arsenal and finish as many points ahead of them as possible, says Edward. Yes. Yes. Quadruple yes. The Anfield Roar. All right, everyone. I'm going right down, boys. The capo. FC, I can't remember it being much different. Even in the post-seasons, opposing teams celebrate like mad if they beat us. Yes, they always have done. And the lads will tell you on here, you know, especially the older lads. Every time we played teams, their goalkeepers are terrific. They could have been the worst in the world, keeper in the world, but they played terrific against us, making miraculous saves. If you know what I mean. I'm glad you're all letting on so well. I really. Look at that. See, he even gives you bevies. The law. And Paul there too. Well, I think we will win the remaining 2 home games, but we'll lose the last 2 away games. Doesn't matter as long as we As long as we go out as champions, that's all that I want. Christopher, I'm Frank and everyone looking forward to all the guards of honour till the end of the season. Should be fun. Do you know I'd love to fucking, give guards of honour? The pundits. The fellas who said they were going to do nothing. Even after Christmas, they were saying, one Arsenal fan were calling us fucking bottlers. Since when have we been bottlers? Haven't they looked at our history and we're bottlers? You can't make these things up. When Lee says, didn't know you'd been ill, Redbird. Glad you're still with us, bro. Yeah, he's been an Aussie. I mentioned it. I forget when I mentioned it. Was I on last night? The night before, I wasn't on last night. Paul Owie, Christopher. Hope you're well, Redbird, says the Snape. He must be still in hospital. He must be still in hospital. Because he'd be on here now, Harrison, commenting and everything, saying, I want you to swear, Frank. I've got you in the sweep. And the Fernie says, can we have Kelleher, lads? I was talking to my neighbour about him. I said, I like that fella, you know, Kelleher, the Irish lad. And I said, yeah. He said, I like it. I said, but he's going. So we've got to buy a goalkeeper as well. But we've got that young Yaros. See how he makes out. And they are to scope for it. Frank, just a thought. Did Stevie G get a mention and acknowledgement as a member of the 500 Club? The last one, I think, was Carra. He must have done, mustn't he? He must have done. We always remember Zinedine Zidane saying that Steven Gerrard was the best midfielder of his generation. And Lionel Messi has just recently has said that Steven Gerrard was the best player to come out of England. And that was Messi. You've only got to look at Zidane and Messi. The status of them two. And you would take notice of those, wouldn't you? Snapey says, think yourself lucky, Frank. You're only dealing with an objectionable mouse. Old Trafford's been dealing with a rat infestation for an age. Hate them things. Those little hairy fellas. Don't like them. Bubonic plagues, Black Death, everything. You know, they talk about dogs having rabies. Get a bite off one of them. Fucking hell out. Horrible. Fernie, you need a keeper, and Kelleher is ready-made with the PL. That's why he asked, Paul. That's why he asked. Can we have him? Where is the red bird? Oh, I'm glad. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, see, now that it just goes out my hand. It's not half annoying, you know. It really is annoying. I think our ladies have left me. Oh, for fuck's sake. Huh? I don't know where I am. I don't know where the fuck I am, honest. With it. Right, I'm just going to put this thing on for a minute or two. Just bear with me while I try and fix this, because it's getting up my nose. And if I can't fucking fix it, I'm going to leave it. Just bear with me. And it's Gap Painting Services. It's Gap Painting. I've gone. I've fucking gone, would you believe it? Fuck. I think I've fixed it. And it's Gap Painting Services. Now listen, get these, these sponsor the Frank Carlyle show. They really do. They're really lovely people. They're fully time served. They're fully insured. And they're in and out. They leave your place immaculate. No matter what you want to, you'll have the finest job done with these lads. If you're an NHS worker, you get a special discount. And if you're an oldie, you get a special discount as well. Oldie as in an elderly person. Just get them in. They are the sponsors of the Frank Carlyle show. The first class. As I said, they're fully insured. And they're in and out. In and out. And if you go on the game, you're like one of the last home games, go to this, lads. Go to Michelle and Michael, and they will give you one of the best deals ever. Quality stuff at scarf or a badge. They're brilliant people. They look after you. They've got everything in there. And as I said, it's all quality. Everything you buy is quality. Last year, I've got a thing there, a t-shirt. Couldn't find it actually. And I've had it, washed it to death from 2019. And another shirt, another t-shirt where I again washed to death when we won the league. With a little 19 on it. So I'll get some colour pencils and change it to 20. And that's that scarf or a patch. I always know when I wake up in the morning for work, says the outfield road, that I look at my missus and her beautiful smile, and even she says, we need a left back. That's how much the city and fan base are aware we need players. Imagine his wife making, we need a left back. Don't annoy me, I'm going back to sleep. Frank asked Jason to slow the mouse pointer on your computer when he has a chat. I've just fixed it. I think I'm a genius. Look, fixed it. I think like a little light came over me and I think I'm an IT genius. Thank you, Christopher, for your advice. Redbeard, lad, you all right? I've been worried, says the Anfield Road to the Redbeard. We've all been bloody worried, haven't we? Every one of us. Yeah, even the fairy from Leeds. Yo, Redbeards, hope you're on the up. Redbeards, I was worried because there was a rumour you joined K-Mac. Oh, see, he's bringing me down here, the road. K-Mac wants me to swear. Well, I'm not fucking swearing. Paul, it doesn't feel like 11 months since Jürgen left, and not a lot has really happened if you're Everton, Man City, Man U, or Arsenal fan. Nice. And the Red Bear says, raw. Dog bit me Sunday, but I had a game to watch. You got your priorities right. By Wednesday, was infected, spent 11 hours in hospital, but I'm good now. Oh, God. Fucking dog bit you. Where? I mean, not in the house, outside. I don't like dogs, I'll be honest. Because when I was a kid, I always remember I was going around with my grandmother. It was late. It was like 11 o'clock, something like that in the night. I was walking around and I seen all these dogs rolling around. And it's at this out fella. Fucking biting fuck out of him. That didn't half frighten me. Packs of dogs. Because they can turn dogs, no matter how good or how cuddly and everything, they can turn the animals. They can't talk. Good to hear, Rob. Good to hear there, Redbeard, says the snake. Big up the legend. Score predictions against Chelsea, says Cedric Lopez, the man with the Hollywood name. Cedric Lopez. Hollywood name. We'll be given the Prince. I'm going to say it'll be a draw. Like a 1-1 or something like that. The Redbird says, Cedric to the Redbird thumbs up. And the Redbird says, raw K-Mac. Wow, that was a bit below the belt. See, he's trying to cause trouble. It's the Anfield, he's trying to cause trouble. And the fairy says, like us in the Championship, playing Liverpool, Is some team's cup final? Yeah, it is. And that's 20 times. Sneaky. When the opposition goalkeepers play at our place, they are aware of the kudos of Anfield. Unfortunately, it inspires many of them. I knew Gordon Banks personally when I was a child, and he said as much. We love Gordon Banks, and he knew it. The day before his accident, I was at the game, Stoke game. Was it Stoke? And Chris Lawler went up for a corner, and it was in the Anfield Road end, and he headed it. And it was going in the angle of the goal there, like that. And Banksy got right over it, and he tipped it over the bar, or around the post, but saved it. One of the best saves I've ever seen in my life. The next day, got his eye done in a car crash. Put paid to his career, albeit he played only. Gordon Banks, he made the greatest save ever from Pele. Even Pele said it. Always said it. Right through his life, he said about that save from Gordon Banks when he headed it down, going right in it. And he got his answer. He died right across and tipped it over the bar. From the ground level. I think it wasn't up there where he could tip it over the bar. It's an incredible save. The Anfield. Redbird, I'm so relieved you're all right. It was that Sandra near the park in Bootle. Did your check out? Must be a private net. That's encrypted, that isn't it? Owen Lee, even in Frank and chat. How you Owen? Yeah, well, soon, Redbird, says Crystal. Redbird. It was a mank dog bite. I'm good with it. Mank. It was a mank dog bite. Thanks for caring. Our community is the best. Glad you're all right, honestly. Genuine. They're all like that. All these lads and girls. And the Fernie says to Paulo, we going tomorrow for the weekend should be good, but police have said no away fans in pubs near ground, but we can drink in the city centre. It's mad, isn't it? And Paul says, we bought a keeper last summer and he's due soon. So is Kelleher will be off. So Kelleher. Mamadashvili. Mamadashvili, whatever his fucking name is. I don't know. Kelleher's gone, like. Kelleher's gone. And he's going with a League Cup winners' medal. A Premiership Cup winners' medal, I should have said. Redbird, glad you're back, lad, says the Raw. I thought I'd be stuck talking to Darwin the goat. Whatever happened to him? What happened to Darwin the goat? There's a few, hasn't there? You know, and they haven't come back on. Darwin the goat. And the red bear. Ro, what are you doing in the park hanging about that Sandra? Now, if I was all right, I'd be going up the park to see what the score is, to see what the script is with Sandra. It's the lovely Tuscany. Swear as much as you want, I do, in a few languages. Van Gogh. My son met Paul Macker a few years ago. He looked after him on a flight to New York when he worked for Bit. Go away. Go away. That's nice. That's nice. He always comes back to Liverpool, you know. I come to see our kid, you know. Yeah, I like our kid. That's their Mike. Redbeard. Raw stuck talking to who? Darwin the goat. Did you ever remember him? When he used to come on, he's saying that we were all moaning because Darwin, Darwin the goat or Darwin Núñez should give him another 5-year contract. Even if Frankie, by the way, hope you're well. What you forgot about? See? What you forgot about? And all them pints for Frank. Keep swearing, Frank, me mate. Me mate wants to join me on the cruise. You've already paid for me. And Paul, he always says, Redbeard, it's good luck if you get bitten by a dog the day your club wins the Premier League, and it means your club will retain the Premiership. So it could be the best. Could be the best if you get bitten every year from now on. Can't argue with that. I'm going to try and get as many of these done because these are all lovely people. Just take that off a minute. I'm going to try and get as many of these as done as possible. And it's just like a newspaper. Just like a newspaper. You know, with little things. And it's even got there's 4 sides to it. See? It's about the Irish and things like that. And even, a photograph, as you see, Liverpool at war. And even Everton there, look. Weekends of terror as the police strike. So it's sepia as well, not black and white. I'm going to try and get them done for as many as I can. Is that okay with you, lot? The Liverpool news. Prince Rupert captures Liverpool for Cavaliers. See? And as it says there, the history of proud Liverpool, just as it all happened from 1206. So who'd like one of those newspapers? Let me know. And the Anfield says, I tell you what, lads, being a bricklayer isn't great, but in the summer heat, it has got its advantages with the lovely ladies walking down by my scaffold. Troubled was the mother-in-law, not quite the same. It troubled the mother-in-law. No answer to that. The Anfield. Too right, pal. That's why I always steer clear of dogs the day we win the Premier League, says Paul to the Anfield. Paul Owie, you know Redbird is our rabbit's foot now, don't you? The Anfield to Fernie. Hey Fernie, lads, what's all this I hear? Your board gonna get rid of your manager. The Redbird. Dog bit me in part. Her name is Sandra. Sandra? A dog's name? I always remember, I haven't a clue anywhere, I was just told with a mate of mine. And they had a dog. And I said, oh, that's a nice dog, fucking big Rottweiler. I said, that's a nice dog, isn't it? I can eat them things. I said, what's its name? Just bear with me on that. Just answered. I have got it, haven't I? See how genius I am. And do you know what he said? I went, oh, that's a nice dog, you're a fucking big thing. Horrible. And I said, well, what's the dog's name? He said, Stan. Stan? Redbird, that's right, lad. Last time I dropped my trousers all the way to the ground again, or I would have helped you, lad. And Arthur says, barring any slip-ups, 3-0 against Chelsea. And Fernie to the Anfield, 90 points last season, hopefully 100 this season, broke a few records. You've got to give Farke a chance, being our best manager since Howard Wilkinson. Wow, remember him, Howard Wilkinson? The Anfield says, I hope we give them a good hiding that Chelsea lot stop them getting into the top 5. The Anfield again. To the Red. I'm glad you're back and all right. Think of me, lad. I had the other dragging her off. Dragging the Sandler off. Something you'd be able to fucking drag that stand off, though. And the older horse is fairly strange, but these 49ers owners only want a big name to run the club. They might think Daniel isn't gonna take your Farke, you know. The Anfield. Well, he's on a Tuesday, isn't he? Don't know. I've got a clue where he is. I was expecting the flowing locks of George Scott. Where is the man from Aberdeenshire? Got a clue. And Fernie says to the Anfield, I would stick with Farke. If things aren't going well by November, then look elsewhere. The Anfield Fernie exactly shouldn't be judged on Norwich this season or anything stupid like that. Leeds have played some great football this season. There you go. Paul Owen, talking of newspapers, I've still got the Echo from FA Cup finals age 74. That's brilliant. Was down there. I remember Malcolm McDonald saying, "Oh, we're gonna do all this." Fuck off, Malcolm. So no one wants them. Okay, save me a few bob anyway. Getting them done. Look, they're not fucking chat. They're not chatting to one another. But anyway, what's your? I fancy us to draw. To be honest, I'll give you my prediction. Cedric says, Frank, still looking for my lucky break. It was much easier for my sis Jennifer. JK. Glad you're okay, Red Bird. Not nice. Say even the Cedric says. Callum, greatest ever Liverpool vet. He's camping on the roof now, you know, the cop roof. With his little sleeper bag and his tent. Frank has something hiding in that barn. A couple of worn out brain cells. That's all, Callum. Oh, was it Tuesday, Frankie's on? Yeah, on Tuesdays. When you're out with your mates gallivanting all around, looking at different bricks on houses. And bringing your wife around saying, see, I built that, see them bricks, that's what I put together. Those 8 bricks. And she'll say, there must be about 15,000 bricks on that. You put 8 up. No, it's dead hard. I'm in bed, says Callum. Callum, lad, you been for a pump. I joined the Arbor Lane, David Lloyd. I tell you, there's some like goings on there. I can imagine. I'm still waiting to see her physio. Fucking terrible. I'm still waiting for an MRI check. Still waiting. And that's weeks ago. Put it down as urgent, okay, so that they can send on to the physio, so that they can throw me over the shoulder and throw me against the wall and on the ceiling and whatever else the physios do. And Callum says, can confirm I'm in my sleeping bag till the 27th of May on top of Anfield. So I told you, didn't I? The greatest cop-out ever is our Callum. So Callum's chest is done in, as he's saying. Barry Aldridge, Chelsea up and down like a bride's nightie, but I think we'll beat them sooner. I could tell you something funny, but I won't, just in case someone's looking at it. Honestly. Will just look like that, I mean. No bed. Go to bed. See, I've got to see. Yes, that's just start. I was all right in the first time. Terrible. Good on Callum, lad. All right, Barry Aldridge. Hope you're well. Been enjoying the sun today, have you, lad? Now you're retired, yeah. Been enjoying it like everybody else. And Fernie says European football corrupt. Man United scum can win this European trophy and ends up in the Champions League after finishing near bottom of the table. Yeah. Callum, you going to miss the parade, staying in your sleeping bag till the 27th. No worries, you'll get to wear it. Yes. Yes. He will. Frankie, this country's, Frankie lad, this country's disgraceful. A great man like yourself waiting for all these procedures. I wonder what could be holding you up. I can't be integration, surely. It's a good thing, right? Yeah, can't be the integration. I'm in constant pain. Constant pain. And you always see me rubbing my left arm, you know. Across my neck here. Just the way it is. Paul Owie. After he retired, Supermac got a pub 2 miles from me called the Far Post. It closed down with a whimper, much like Newcastle in the '74 Cup final. I think it's a shame that, you know, traditional pubs are shutting down. And, you know, I'm just made up. I only live by town. I could just walk up over to Dale Street, and you've got you know, there's a few traditional pubs on there, and it's great. There's a couple in there, Kevin Walks, as you know. Callum. Red Bird, it's all right, I'll have sail down. Barry says, roll up be painting the drive, brackets, tarmac, with the drive seal paint. But yeah, my missus keeps asking, what shift am I? Knowing I'm in the sun. Frank, have you seen the video of Kanate sitting in the? Oh, that's brilliant, that. And yeah, and he's just sitting there. I always watch Inside Anfield, and he's just sitting there, empty stadium, isn't he? And he's just looking, and he looks over towards the cop and just says, "Amazing." Amazing. That was brilliant, though. It's a big e-boo. No words, no nothing, just amazing. That's all he said. By looking at the cop and around. So what he was thinking there was what was going on. I nearly thought that we would have had those fucking special nights in the Champions League. Just imagine still being in the Champions League now after what we witnessed on Sunday. I think every Red has a red shirt on, didn't he? The way it was, you know, on the telly. The way it was on the telly, everything red. Fucking loved it. Yeah. Sitting in the main stand listening to the fans singing outside the ground. Fantastic. And Paul says to Callum, FSG will be charging you a month B&B on the top of the Anfield, and Abshire will be another 250 quid. In other words, Callum, you're up there for the rest of your life. Snapey. Man United qualifying for the Champions League is like going to a house of ill repute with chronic erectile dysfunction. What's the point, really? Callum. Alisson, Trent, Kanate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Enzo, McAllister, Jones, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Salah start against Chelsea. I think Tsimikas will. Enzo, I don't know, unless Gravenberch is injured. But there you go. But I go along with the team there. But I want to beat Chelsea. I'd love to. I want a result. And I still say it'll be a draw. The hero says, Barry Alvarez, it's good to keep yourself going, but remember, enjoy your retirement. Don't work too hard. I tell me dad all the time, go and rest. Stop painting my house, dad. It doesn't need a third cup. He's not that good to his dad, isn't he, and his wife. His own wife, that is. Not his mum. The Fernie says, off to Plymouth for the weekend. Catch you on the next week, Frank. Have a great weekend, buddy, and everyone else. Thank you, Fernie. Thank you. Plymouth, eh? Fucking hell, last time we were there, we got beat. Was it a happy day, was it, for us in the sun? And Callum says, 2-1 win for us. The Anfield to the Barry. I always take him down the battle cruiser. I'll always take him down the battle cruiser, but he does insist on buying me a drink. I leave her indoors to rinse the trays out. Okay. All right, lads. And on that fine note, I'll say good night. That is a mad. Funny. It's a funny people. That's great, all being taken of the acting of others, says Barry. Have a good weekend, says Paul Owen to Fernie. And Snapey says, we'll beat Chelsea, 2 clear goals, Salah to score, poetic sentiment. I'd love Mo, to get these couple of, I think he only needs 2 goals, and is it 2 assists or something, to be the all-time best. I'd love him to take. I love Mo Salah. I think he's a fine, upstanding gentleman. Does anyone notice, though, when Gapco scored and he took his shirt off, I belong to Jesus, and Mo Salah gave him an hug. So you had Allah and Jesus together, but you don't find that in many things, do you? Allah and Jesus together. Think about it. Like Frank and chat, you are all a champion. You're all champions. You never walk alone. Yeah, we were all thinking about you that bed. You didn't know what was wrong, but you did say it was nothing serious. But we all say that, don't we? I'm okay. If you know what I mean. How are you? I'm okay. And you know that they're not okay, really. But the elder that says the Anfield, I have been charitable. I'm only joking though. I'm not that bad, but I do have to tell me dad to stop. It's a generational thing, always on the go. Aren't you? You lot, yeah. I'm being honest. I wish I could be on the. I see when I was sitting outside. I seen a lady come up, lovely, lovely, lovely woman, and she said, "Hiya, Frank." She came up to say hello, and she gave me a kiss. And she said, "I've heard all about, your troubles." And I said, "Oh." And she said, "And I used to see you around the town. I always seen you around the town." She said, "No one has ever think how they'd end up." And that's a fact. That's why I keep saying, while you've got it there, don't take it for granted. I never thought I'd be like this, ever. Believe me. The Anfield. Like Frankie and all. You go and get and rest, Frankie lad. Gonna watch a film today, Saturday morning. Christmas. Like Frank and everyone, up the champions. Yes. Barry Alvarez. All the best, folks. And you, Frank. Have a great weekend. Strongest team to beat Chelsea, I think Slot will choose. Yeah, I think he has to. From Ali right through. I'd love him to play 4 in the middle, in midfield. I'd love that. I'd love to see it. No one will break us down. Nobody. I want to delegate Paris Saint-Germain. Be the fucking beat. That's sick of me. But say Muslims got on the sellers back for allowing champagne. Yeah, I know. It was a non-alcoholic, like they always have since Salah joined. There are 2 different things, isn't there, you could say about that. I can fucking say loads, honestly. Loads. Hope you get sorted, Frankie lad, says the Anfield. I'll let you know tomorrow night. Let you know. And the Snapey says, Salah will go down as a true Liverpool icon. The lad's been phenomenal. We can build on attacking 3 to 4 players around him. For me, playing alongside him in the Champions League is appealing for anyone. That's a great comment. You've all been great comments tonight. Always. We got to do that fucking hell. It's like as though a nerve comes out. Yeah, you have to do that. And what got me, I was in terrible pain a few nights ago. And you're not going to believe it. It's like, you see, opening tops like that. Just fucking things like that. And obviously, you have to hold it. I'm right-handed, so I have to hold it with me left hand. And I do that with me right. But I have to put strength on there. Fucking pain is unbelievable. And that's just opening a fucking bottle of water. The Anfield, Redbird, the finger wag at Darwin. Apparently, Messi touched another newborn yesterday that needs to be tracked like Yamal at Barca. Inter will beat them at the San Siro. I certainly hope they will. And I've got a soft spot for Barca because of them horrible Real. But I think Inter will beat them. I support Inter. I always remember some fella saying, I was at work, work. And he came up and said, hello, Frank. He said, you're playing Barcelona tonight? I said, yeah. He said, you've always, spoke about Barcelona. I haven't seen you for a few weeks. I said, well, you should have heard me last week then about them. I said, we were the better fucking side and we got beat 3-0. He said, but, who will you be supporting tonight? I said, who do you think? You get fucking... Spot on, Frankie. The one thing you hate is your mobility going, oh, it's horrible. I was so active. I've never... So active I was. Anyone who knows me, I tell you, anybody, it's always out and about. Can't even do talks anymore. Some people used to hire me to take these buses out. Not like fucking up off them things, but taking them to different locations for the history. And they loved it. I tell you who came on one, he's not that funny. Johnny Vegas. Ricky Tomo said to me, hey Frank, Johnny Vegas is coming down. I said, yeah, no problem. Came on. Said funny. Funny man. I'll tell you who else. Joe Longthorne. Joe Longthorne wanted me to go up to Blackpool and give talks. I said, I only talk about Liverpool. I said, what the fuck? He said, talk about Liverpool. He said, you fucking go. Joe Longthorne. Paul always said, it's going to be difficult for the lads to get up for Sunday after the magic of Anfield. It was an incredible game. I think, I wouldn't even argue with that, to be honest, Paul. And the Anfield Roar says, good point, that, Paul. I want energy to be there, though Chelsea needs Elaine. I can't have that lot having something over us. Ali. WW Pops. What's that? WW Pops. Don't know what that is, Ali, lad. Don't know what it is. And the Snapey says, good night, everyone. Boss couple of hours. Next door switched his Wi-Fi off. And I'm out of mobile data. Take care, lads and lasses. Love you all. Thank you. The Wi-Fi. King of the Wi-Fi is here. Like Callum is king of the cop roof. And Owen Frank, your injury, best mate was the same. It was a nerve in his neck. just had enough. He's fine now. But I broke my neck. I understand. I understand. And I had the same. But they didn't operate because it was in the vertebrae that I broke. And they can't operate on that. But I'm all right on that score. It's just, and I know that it's a nerve, my neck, going down to here. So thank you, Owen. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow, Frank. See you tomorrow night. Thank you, Edward. Be good tomorrow. It'll be good tomorrow. And Barry says, all the English teams winning tonight, even the Manx. And Ali says, how long have you been supporting Liverpool? But put it this way, I've seen them win for the first time the FA Cup in 1965. And I've been supporting them since I was 6. Because of the family, you know, who supported Liverpool. So you just follow tradition, Ali. It's been a long, many decades. Many decades. And I'm a very proud supporter, like everything else, and everybody else on here. Very proud. And on that lovely note, for little last comment from Ali, I'll just say mille grazie, Adamani, e ciao amici, tutti bella.